Hi there, welcome to this tutorial. Today we are going to explore movie trends from movie dataset. Without any further delay, let's get started. So before we start, first we need to import some necessary libraries, right? So let's import it. We need we need this only. Right, it's successfully executed. Now let's see the folder, right? We have multiple folders in this dataset. So for we need this. Let's copy this dataset and paste it over here. And then um, for file name in files name, I'm gonna print the path of this dataset. So os.path and file name. Right, let's execute it. Okay, so I have written a wrong spelling. It should be for. Okay, so file name is not defined. It should be file names. Okay, right. So we have lots of data set. We have the action data set. We have crime, adventure, thriller, lots of data set, right? So from here, we are gonna work with horror data set, right? So let's get imported. So for this, I'm just writing a variable called dataset, and then paste the path of this dataset, right? So Control C, Control V, paste it, and then read the dataset, right? So I'm just gonna create a variable called df and then pd.read underscore csv and then the dataset, right? Okay, so execute it and print it. df.head, I'm just gonna print 5 rows. H, okay, wrong spelling, right? Okay, so we have name, year, movie dated. Let's see the tail of this dataset, right? So df.tail, here I am gonna print the 5 rows, right? Okay, now let's see the shape of this dataset, basically how many rows and how many columns are present in this dataset, right? So for this, I'm just gonna print what the number of dataset, sorry, number of rows. Number of rows would be df dot shape. So why I'm doing this, because if I just print the df dot shape, it returns me this, right? So this is the index 0, this is the index 1. That's why I'm printing the 0, because this is the rows. Okay, so now let's print the um let me okay, so now print the column number of columns. This should be 1, right? And let's print it. Okay, so our rows are 100 and number of columns are 10. Okay, so now let's print the column, basically which what are the 10 columns are in here, right? So let me print it. Print columns are what? Div dot columns, right? So I need to write df dot columns. Okay, so print call what it says, index object is not okay. I this this is not a function, right? So okay, so columns are name, year, movie rated, and so on. Okay, now let me print the type of these columns, right? So let me print it. So print what? Print data types of the column. Data types of the columns. And let me print a new line and then print the data type df dot d types, right? Okay, let me execute it, and here are my columns data types. Name columns has object data type, year columns has integer data type, movie rated columns has object data type. So run length, why is it object? Let me see. Run columns, run length, okay, it is on object data set because it is showing that 2 hours and minute, right? That's why. Okay, and then all of these. Okay, now let's perform a statistical summary for the columns, right? So for this, I'm just gonna print df dot describe function and print it, right? These are the here the okay, count, mean, standard deviation, right? So these statistical summaries are basically for the numerical columns. If we want to execute the categorical column, then um, we need to tell them that exclude the number column, then it would print only the categorical column. So for this, let me just tell them df dot describe and into this I need to tell them exclude exclude what? Exclude np dot numbers, right? Now if I execute it, okay, so it prints all of these um, categorical column, right? So name is the categorical column, movie rated is categorical column, I mean object data type. So these are the frequency of this name, so count, unique, which are the okay. Okay, now let's explore some unique genre in the dataset, right? So for this, I need to create a variable called unique genre. So unique underscore genre, unique genres equal df of the genre column, right? So genre column, and we want the unique values of it. So unique, you so unique, call the unique function, and then let's print, and now let's print the unique genre. So for this, let's print the unique genres are unique unique genres are would be unique genre, this, right? Okay, so let's print it. Okay, so we got all the unique genres from this horror dataset, right? So yeah, now let's convert the minutes into, okay, so we have number of length column in object data type format, but we want it as the number format. So for this I need to convert this, right? So let's convert it, and let's just take another few cells and write it from here. So I'm just gonna create a function. So def convert to minute, right? So I'm converting the minute. Now if match then ours would be integer of match dot, I'm gonna group it. So group 1 or 0, and then the minute would be integer of match group of this group of, so here I need to convert to, and then returns return of hours multiply with 60, right, and add the minutes. Else return np.nan, right? So let's execute it. Okay, so now let's create a column called run length of minutes, right? So I'm gonna create it run length of minutes, right? So yeah, and here what I want df of this column, right? So and then I wanna apply what, apply this function, right? So paste it over here and then execute it. Okay, so string object has no attribute apply. So oh okay, I didn't close the bracket. Okay, so it's successfully executed, right? Now create a correlation matrix. Okay, we got an error. So let me see. Okay, this should be in 2 dimension, right? So yeah, now we got this. If we want to plot this, then okay, also plot this. Let's plot this, right? So for this I'm gonna create a heat map. So sns.heatmap and what, this matrix, core underscore matrix, yeah, and then I want anode would be true, true, and C map would be cool to warm, right? Yeah. Now, let me plot a his plot, right? So for this, I'm gonna go sns dot his plot, and I need to take the df of which column? Rating column, right? This rating column. So for this, let's take this. So rating, and then I need to take till I need to take the KDE, right? So this should be true. KDE should be true, and then beans would be 15, and the color. So color would be blue, right? Okay. So and let's uh, let's write the title. So pld dot title, title would be distribution of what? Distribution of IMDb ratings. So distribution of IMDb ratings, DB ratings, and then I need to tell them the X label and Y label. So plt dot X label, this should be IMDb rating, right? So this should be IMDb ratings, and the Y label should be plt dot Y label. So plt dot Y label should be frequency, right? So frequency. So let me execute it. Okay, so C1 has no attribute of his plot. Okay, so this should be hist. My bad. So blue. Okay, I need to write it in the quotation. So yeah, this is our plot, right? Most of the movies are getting 7-point rating, and a few movies are getting 88 to 8.5 ratings, right? So if we take the average ratings, then this should be 7, right? 7 or 6.9, something like this. So yeah, now let's find the top 10 movies by IMDb rating, right? So top 10 movies, top 10 movies by IMDb rating. Okay, now I'm gonna take the rating column. So df dot, I need to sort the value first. So sort underscore value, and this should be by which column? Rating column. So rating, and let's stop the ascending. So ascending would be false, and then I'm gonna print only the 10 rows. So head of what? 10 rows, right? Okay, so let me execute it. Okay, it says data frame sort index has no unexpected index value. So sort, sort index, not sort index, sort values. Okay, so these are the top 10 movies in the horror category data, in the horror movie data set, right? We have Psycho, The Shining, and Alien, The Thing, right? So these are the movies. Now let's print top 10 movies by number of IMDb raters, right? So now we want to execute top 10 movies by number of IMDb raters, right? Let me take this and paste it over here, and then this should be changes number of raters. So number of raters and ascending equal false, head equal 10. Okay, now execute it. Yeah, we got this. So yeah, now let's print the top 10 movies by number of reviews, right? So for this, let me just print some cell. Okay, so now what we want top 10 movies by number of reviews. So top 10 is by number of reviews. Number of reviews. So let me copy this, right, and paste it over here, and just change the number of raters into number of reviews, right? Number of reviews and ascending equal false, head equal 10. Okay, we want 10 column, sorry, 10 rows. So yeah, these are the 10 rows that are top 10 movies by the number of reviews, right? Okay, so let me just check, is there any relationship between the movie ratings and the IMDb rating, right? So for this, I let me just tell them, is there any relationship relation between between the movie rating and IMDb rating. IMDb rating, right? So for this, I need to take the movie rated column and group by it group by it with the rating column, right? So for this, let me tell them df dot group by function, call it group by, and then tell them the let's just print the columns, right? So df dot columns. Okay, I wanna take which movie rated column, right? So group by it with what movie rated column, and then with which column, rating column. So rating. Now I'm gonna take the mean of it. So dot mean, call the mean function, and let's print it. Okay, I got it. Okay, let's print reset index with. So reset index, right? Reset index. Okay, so we got the result. Is there any relationship? So we don't see any strong relationship, but um, yeah, there are a little bit relationship between this, right? Now let's see that how does the number of reviews impact the IMDb rating of movies, right? So for this, I'm gonna first I need to tell some beans. So beans would be uh, 0, 50, then 20, and then 500, not 20, 200. So 200, 500, and then 1000, right? Let's print a space. Okay, and we want with df of number of reviews. So df of which column? Number of reviews column. Number of reviews column, and find the maximum value of it. So max would be this, and then let's tell the label. Label would be this, right? Let's okay, so label would be less than 50, and then 50 to 200. So 50 to 200, and then 200 to 500, and then 500. Okay, so quotation 500 to 1000, and the last one would be max greater than 1000. So okay, so greater than 1000, right? Okay, so now um, let's uh, print. Okay, so now let's pretty dot cut and call the beans. Beans would be beans. Okay, delete labels. Right, now let's group it. So review underscore group would be df dot group by this review beans, right? So and then we want group it with the rating column. Rating column, and then find the mean of it and reset index. Right, Now let's plot a scatter plot. So SNS dot scatter plot, and the data would be TF, and X would be number of reviews. Okay, so this should be in the quotation mark, and Y would be rating, and U would be review beans, review underscore beans. Okay, so this should be in the quotation. Should be not reviews, review, right? Okay, and then palette would be palette would be and this would be 100. I also want to plot a line plot. So for this, SNS dot line plot, SNS dot line plot, and then I'm gonna tell them the data would be review group, this column, sorry, this, right? So data would be review group, and then X would be review beans. So review beans. Okay. And the Y would be ratings, right? And I wanna set a marker. So marker would be O, and sort equal false. Now let's see plt.show. Now let's identify the top 3 categories, right? So for this I need to tell the beans. So beans would be 0, 60, 90, np dot right, and then label would be this. Okay, so here I have written the bins, which is from 0, 60, 90, 112, 150, right? And the level should be less than 1 hour, 1 hour to 1.5 hour, then so on. And then I have created a column which is run length of category, right? And then I have count the category. So I have take the run length of category column, and then I have count the values, and after that I have reset the index, right? Okay, so then I have print the columns. No, then I have then I have inserted this run length of category and count into the category count column, right? And after that I have printed this, and this is the title, and I have called this, right? So let's execute it. Okay, so I got an error. Length minutes. It's not minutes. It should be minute. Yeah, another mistake. Okay, yeah, now I got this. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any confusion or doubts, feel free to ask me. I will definitely reply you. So yeah, see you in my next tutorial. Bye.